Hello, my name is Toby from Artmaster Studio and welcome to another video tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to paint this particular gentleman here. He is from the In Her Majesty's Name range of miniatures from Northstar. As you can see here, this is the collection. And these are the sets that are part of the collection. There are more than this, but this is what they're from. This is actually Lord Curr's company. It's a 28mm miniature. It's metal, one-piece casting. He's been primed black with a black car spray primer. So basically in this video I'm just going to be undercoating him in the basic colours. And then I'll do another video showing the highlights, and hopefully you can follow with that. So I've got a colour for the flesh here. This is Art Deco burnt sienna, but any burnt sienna will do, or Vallejo Shadows Flesh I would recommend. I've got some on my palette. I've added 1 or 2 little drops of water to it just to thin it out slightly. Actually it's dried a little bit since setting up the camera, so I'm going to just add some water to it. I will show you that because I know a lot of people like to see how much water to add. So this is my splodge of paint here, and literally gonna add a little bit at a time just until I feel it's smooth enough. When you put it on the miniature, if you feel it's too thin or it's too runny, then you want to try again with a separate splodge of paint. So we're trying out a new camera setup today. The camera is directly in front of me, so I'm painting sort of over the shoulder of the camera, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm using a 3-0 Kolinsky Red Sable brush. I buy my brushes predominantly from S&M Stuff, which is a fantastic website. They sell a lot of paints and hobby supplies as well. I'll probably link those in the video description. So I'm just going to put it on his arms and his face here, covering all of the black. Try and be as neat as possible, but there's no need to panic if you go over the edges a little bit. You can always tidy that up later. So this is my first video in 2014. We've been getting quite a few more subscribers lately, so thank you for everyone who has subscribed. I've got plans this year to do a lot more videos. In 2013 we started putting a lot more on, although they were quite spread apart, so it would be nice if I could get round to uploading more frequently, especially since we've got more subscribers now. I've had a request for a basing tutorial quite a lot, so I'm going to try and get that up soon. Let me know what you think of this new camera angle. Before it was directly sort of top down above the miniature, which is good. You can see a lot of detail that way, and it's actually slightly easier for me as well, but this new angle is probably a bit more closer to how I see the miniature when I'm painting. The only thing is I'm trying not to bend it back too far like this, because obviously it's harder for you to see that. Plus my fingers might get in the way slightly, so I might in the next video I might change it to look more from the right. But again, just let me know what you think of the angle, if you think it's better like this. Alright, so that's the flesh undercoated. Now I'm going to move on to undercoating the trousers. I'm going to use Vallejo dark grey for this. Add a tiny bit of water to it as before. This time I'm going to take a slightly larger brush. This is, I believe, a 0. So I'm just going to use this to quickly undercoat the trousers, as we haven't got much time left in this video. So I want to try and get everything undercoated if possible. So I hope everyone had a great Christmas and New Year. Perhaps you could tell me what you're planning on painting this year. Any miniatures projects that you've got going on or thinking of doing this year. I always appreciate seeing the comments below, getting a conversation going. That's always good. Okay, so that's the trousers undercoated. So he's going to have a white shirt with a blue waistcoat. I'm taking the colours directly from the image on the back of the box if you want to check that out. I'm sure it will be on their website as well. So this time I'm going to use Vallejo Light Mud. This is going to be for a nice off-white. If you want a more crisp white, you can use Vallejo Light Grey to undercoat the white. Again, just adding a teeny bit of water. I'll try and show it if I can, but the angle is a bit more difficult to show the watering down, because I have to shift the palette over every time. So, and then shift it back. Okay, back to my smaller brush this time, the 3-0. So we can see his sleeves on either side. We can also see his collar just around the top of the waistcoat, all the way around. You'll see that in a minute. Areas like that can be easily missed. It's all about the attention to detail. Right, and for that area I'm going to switch to a smaller brush just so I can get a bit neater around the area. I just noticed I got a little bit of this undercoat colour on the flesh, so I'll tidy that up, probably off camera if I don't have enough time. So this time I'm using a, I think it's a 4-0, but it's quite old, so some of the bristles have disappeared on it, so it's probably a bit skinnier than it would be. And there's a little bit of the neck showing as well, just in between the shirt there. So in fact I'll go back and do that now. Alright, so now for the waistcoat. This time I'm going to take Vallejo Dark Prussia Blue. I'm going to darken it down slightly as well, just by adding some black to that. So I know that watching these videos, if you're an experienced painter, the undercoating portion can be quite tedious to watch through. It's really only for the beginners. The exciting bit is obviously all the highlights, but if you want to know what colours I'm using, it's probably best to watch this part as well. So I've just squeezed a little bit of black in with the paint and added some water just to help it mix and to thin it slightly. Sorry, switch to my other brush here. Still got my thin brush going there. Alright, back to my 3-0 brush. So as you can see, this is very dark. It's almost black really. You want it to be just a bit lighter, just so that it does show up over the black. So I picked this figure in particular because it's got quite a lot of cloth on it, and it's a very handsome sculpt. I like the pose. It seems very natural, the way that he's standing. So now I'm going to undercoat his shoes. I'm going to use Vallejo German Camo Black Brown. Should be nice and quick doing this bit. If you have any questions, by the way, please ask them in the comment section below. I try to get back to them as quickly as I can. Sorry, it just hit the camera there. See, having the camera directly in front of me does make it slightly more tricky not to bash it. Okay, so now we want to undercoat the wood on the gun and then the hair, and then that will be it for this video. So I'm going to use Vallejo Dark Rust for the wood on the gun. I'm going to leave painting any metal on the gun until after all the highlighting is finished. I don't want to get any metallic particles in my water, especially considering that it's quite easy to, when you're watering down your paints, you can get those particles mixed in, so then they're less matte and you get shiny bits where you don't necessarily want them. Okay, so that's the wood all done there. Now just for the hair, and that will finish up this portion of the video. So this time I'm using whole red. He's going to have nice red hair. forget the moustache. Okay, so that's it for the undercoating on this figure. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and I will see you in part 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.